story of the last 3 months, right? You can see my screen.
Of course, I can see it.
So we had over the weekend, we had the Barcelona legends against Africa legends, and the match was scheduled to be at the stadium, the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. And if you remember the marketing, right? So okay, I have it right here. This is the marketing. This is how it was marketed to us, right?
Yep.
Oh no! Oh, right? Is this it?
No, not that particular one, but I believe Ronaldinho and Saviola was on the.
Really? Let me check Google, because Google is just generally more accurate than.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it. Got it. So, copy the link. Or in fact, let me just put it up, Kawai. So, the tickets were how much? How much were the tickets? It was like
I mean, they were ranging from 7,000 to between 7,000, 27,000, and it went up to, I believe, 150,000, right, for the VVIP apartment. Yeah, this is the very one. This is how it was marketed.
Right. So we have Ronaldinho. Who's that?
Yes, Gaucho. That's Saviola
on the left.
And that's on the left of us. On the left of our screen is Saviola.
This is Saviola.
And I believe that's Saviola. Yes.
It looks different. Okay, then who's that on the right?
Yeah, it does look different now. Actually, it's funny. He's not aging too good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. And that's Ludovic Julie.
Oh, Julie. Yeah, okay.
Remember him?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I thought it was Pedro at first. I'm like, that can't be Pedro.
So did I at first. But yeah.
Then on the other side, you have Okocha, Song.
And isn't Pedro still playing?
Yeah, he is, exactly. So that's why I ruled it out.
Yeah, so we have Alex Song and obviously JJ Okocha, and I believe that's what's the Senegalese guy's name again? Part of the first World Cup squad with Juve and all these other guys.
Really?
Yeah, left-footed guy. Yeah, but anyways, I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah. So we got excited. We bought our tickets. We bought the mid-range tickets, right? That's the middle.
The premium tickets, yeah.
Yeah, premium.
Yeah, which is supposed to give us access to. Yeah, it's supposed to give us some good access and. Yeah.
There was regular, premium, and VVIP. We bought three. We bought three premium tickets. Basically, so that we'll be above the plebs, and not so far up to cost that much money.
Of course, yeah.
Right, and then, in fact, buying the tickets was strange because depending on where you bought the tickets, the price was different. The starting time was different. One page said it was 2 p.m. Another page said it was 3 p.m. I wasn't sure. So I bought the 3 tickets, one for you, one for me, one for my boy. And we got there early. Super early. We arrived with drinks and refreshments just for the children's experience.
Yeah.
So carry on. Tell us what else happened. I think you observed it more than I did.
All right, so obviously on getting there was no sense of direction to begin with. Where do we get him from? But luckily, someone eventually told us, go to the next entrance. Was what they said. So the way they said the next entrance, you literally thought it was literally next door.
Right.
But it was a good maybe 10-minute walk.
Yes.
Yeah, to get to that entrance.
Yeah.
Obviously on getting there, we saw there was people converging by the entrance, one of the turnstiles. Yeah. And we just waited a while because obviously there was no staff, there was no stadium staff available. So we figured, okay, well, maybe in an hour or so they'll start arriving and get some sort of order will be established. And obviously waited. An hour's gone past, nothing. So still, there's no stadium staff. We're not seeing no match day stewards or nothing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we noticed a movement.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people moving towards the left-hand side of us.
Yeah.
This was for just for obviously for people watching or listening to the pod. We're talking about 150 meters away from where we were because we tried to look for some shade anyway. I mean, I say 100 meters anyway.
Yeah.
Because we tried to look for some shade. We was obviously with your little boy who's 7 years old. I mean, he wasn't too bothered because he was just having a good time running around playing. But we were obviously starting to get concerned at this point because there was nothing seemed to be moving or progressing.
Yeah.
So I decided to go and have a look and see if I can get some information. And on getting there, and mind you, we went there thinking, well, we got tickets anyway, so we don't need to. We got our tickets already online, and it should be smooth sailing for us. Obviously, on getting there, I was told, that's the queue. It wasn't a queue exactly, but that's what I was told. That's the queue for getting tickets. And I said to the guy, no, but I have tickets already. And him and his friend laughed and said, yeah, so do we. They said, you bought tickets online? I said, yes. He said, yeah, you still have to confirm your tickets, which I found really strange in the first place. You bought your tickets online. The way I would have, thought it would play out is you got your tickets, you just get there, someone will scan your barcode and give you your tag, and you go in to sit down and find your seats and get ready to watch the match. It's as simple as that. I don't see why we like to complicate things in this country. It's ridiculous. It's so sad at this point. So like I said, I'm getting there. They told me where to go and get my tickets confirmed, and that was where you'd have to get your tickets confirmed and get the tags.
Yeah.
When I'm getting there, I realized obviously it's not. You don't have separate queues. I keep saying queues. It wasn't a queue. There was no queue there. It was just a bunch of people, rowdy, ready to fight. But most importantly, it was just one entrance, one attendant. Mind you, we're talking about this at this point now. Clearly, I'd say over 200 people at that spot, right? Yeah. Would you say? Yeah. And but there's only one lady trying to serve and issue tickets to all these people, and it was ridiculous to me because I couldn't understand how anybody would plan something like that. I would have assumed there will be maybe one or two queues for people to bought the tickets online, depending on how busy it gets. Or maybe I have one queue first, it gets busy, open up another one or whatever.
Right. My experience.
Sorry?
Yeah. So I don't want to jump in a bit.
Go on.
Because while we're waiting,
right, we
were taking a load. We're looking around, getting a load of the environment.
Of course. Yeah, what was going on? Yeah.
And if you remember, we were sitting next to ticket booths.
Right. Of course. Of course.
Ticket booths were there were more than 15 on either side. So if you can imagine, let's say the stadium is facing north. The entrance to the stadium is north. On the west and on the east are ticket booths. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I counted at least 18. I counted at least 8 on each side.
Yeah.
And each has a name of a state. Nigeria has 36 states.
Yeah.
So you have names of different states on each side. And I went into one of these booths just to see if I could maybe get a chair or something. I walked in and it was empty and abandoned. And it was clear that ticket booth hasn't been used for years. It was covered in dust, cobwebs, leaves, dried leaves, and all these, just all these signs of abandonment. And to me, it said something that the stadium is not one that is in use.
Yeah.
Because if we're playing our matches, if Nigeria were playing the matches here in the stadium, CAF qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, African Cup of Nations qualifiers, if the stadium was in use, then those places would at least have some level of maintenance. And
of course,
it's not just for the fact that you are playing some kind of international competition that there should be maintenance. The stadium has no staff that actually maintain those booths.
Exactly.
And then the people who organize the event arrive maybe 20 minutes to the event while the entire crowd is already gathering. And it's just one woman handing over the tags for people to get access.
One woman.
It becomes a throng of people just pushing, struggling, fighting, threatening. And
of course, not to cut you off, but when I walked over there to make inquiries, I told you when I came back, I heard a guy saying, whatever it takes, we go do today, we go enter, we don't do here, we go, if not fight, we go fight. That's what he said.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's literally what the tout was saying. And I'm thinking, it was so unorganized, it's actually shameful. And it's funny because for me, like I told you, but that was my first time I've ever been to, that's not my first time being to the stadium, but that's my first time actually going there to watch a match.
Yeah.
So in a crazy sort of way, I was actually excited and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember one thing I told you also. I said, apart from the organization, I guess it's still part of the organization, really. I said to you that I've had a feeling, the way they advertise this thing, I had a feeling that the man they've put on they used to actually advertise this, as in Ronaldinho, wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, I remember you said.
Yeah, because I had this feeling building up to it that they're just using it to sell these tickets. But that's okay. I mean, that's on the side anyway. I've been fortunate enough to have been and watched quite a few football matches in the UK, right? And it's simple. I mean, we're not even talking about Premiership level now. Let's not talk about Premier League level now.
Yeah.
I went to Charlton Athletic to watch a match years and years ago. Quite a few times actually, not just went to, because I used to actually work part-time for them at some point. You have to have match day staff.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you. You have to have some people on your roster where you call them up on match day staff. These are people that will make life easier, make the experience easier for people that are coming actually, because it can be quite frustrating. Like, you get somewhere like a football stadium and you don't even know where to go or where to sit or how to get into the turnstiles.
True. Because I spoke to my brother. My brother said there was a wedding there. And even when we arrived, we saw some people going for some kind of church program.
Yeah.
So the stadium is just a huge free-for-all that has no dedicated staff and is just abandoned. People just do whatever they want, right? Without any kind of organization. So you can't really look at somebody and say, okay, this person is responsible for the stadium.
Yeah.
What is happening here today? What can we do? If you're organizing an event, at the very least, yes, maybe the stadium has no staff, and you would know that the stadium has no staff if you're asking or if you've gotten permission to use the stadium. Because when you get permission to use the stadium, you ask them, do you have staff you can use? They'll say, no, we don't have staff we can use. Fine. What do? You get volunteers.
Of course.
You get 20, 30 people. You're charging a lot of money to come, and people will pay for VIP tickets. People will pay for premium tickets. Even if the people at the bottom, 5K, 6K, 7K, yes, there'll be more of them, but you can use those monies to hire people for the day. If they had like 10, at least 10, maybe 15, perhaps 20 staff, and just put them in the booths, tell them to come 11. Come 11, stay in the booth, here's your quota, sell the tickets, do the scanning, right? By 2 o'clock, before the match starts, everyone that needs to be in the stadium is in the stadium, right? Obviously, you can treat the latecomers as they come, but if you are organized, if you believe in security, if you believe in peace and quiet and tranquility and being organized, that is how you would do it. But they allowed the crowd to gather, and then you can only go in through one turnstile. So even if I paid for VIP, you
were going to wait regardless. Yes, you're going to wait. Yep, and you had to struggle through the same entrance everybody else's was.
Yeah, the VIP is 30 times more expensive 30 times more expensive than the regular ticket. 6 times more expensive than the premium ticket. And I almost bought the VVIP ticket. And it was just like a saving grace that I didn't do it because we talked about it, not to cut you off again. We talked about it, so I know why you didn't end up getting those tickets anyway, because we talked about it. Yeah, but that would have been that would have been really annoying. Yeah.
That would have been really annoying.
We're not in America where it's like, yeah, I'm going to get a refund. You know what I mean?
Of course. As soon as you bought it, no one cares.
As I am now, I just have to write it off. I just have to write it off. Oh, yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why, like, Nigerians are looked upon as scammers or stuff like this.
Bro, to add to that, yeah, you just said, at least you're talking about turnstile staff.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The thing is, they needed. Okay, I don't know what it is on a match day. Then again, I don't know what the last time that Nigeria had an international there.
Yeah.
I would love to attend now. Okay, as much as I don't want to have the experience all that what I went through again.
Yeah.
I actually want to see what it would be like to watch an international match in that stadium, for example.
I can just to see what happened the last time.
Just to see what the experience is like. Because let me just land, because apart from the turnstile staff that would sell tickets on the day, you need match day stewards. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
You need match day stewards. Have you ever? I mean, your whole time in the UK, did you ever watch a match? Did you ever go to a football stadium to watch a match?
I am so retarded that I didn't.
Okay. Now, when I say match day staff, you're gonna have people that call match day staff. Normally, on a normal day, at the Emirates, for example, they will have somewhere around 100 to 150 of those.
What? 100 people, bro.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so maybe I'm at least 100. At least 100.
What's the capacity of the valley?
Okay. Now, if we're talking the valley now, the valley at that time was about 35,000,
right.
40,000.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember when I first went there when I was really young. I first went there. We went there for something. I can't remember what we went there for. There was an event there, but it wasn't a football match. It wasn't as big, but I remember they started working on it and increased it when they came to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Now, at the Valley now, for example, I remember somewhere around seeing a lot of people. I remember somewhere around between 50 and 80 stewards.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And these are stewards, they would... Oh yeah, I haven't seen this picture in a minute. This is so these are match day stewards that would guide you to your seats.
Yeah.
You understand? Will guide you to your seats. You see the block of flats on the left-hand side. You see bottom left. You see that tall block of flats. I had a friend of mine called, his name was Marcus.
Yeah.
He used to live there. They literally used to watch the football from the balcony.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Where you got a cursor on. They used to watch the football from the balcony. It was crazy. It was like literally you see the view from his balcony. They can literally see the pitch. Got a few blind spots. Other than that, he can watch the game properly.
Right, you were saying?
Yeah. So these are match day staff. They would have this what were they called? What's the word I'm looking for? This glowy kind of vest on just to let you. What's the word again? Anyways, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Service vest.
So, yeah, exactly. So you can recognize them. You can know exactly that they match day. On top of the fact that they have stewards written on the back of them.
Yeah.
So these are the people that will guide people to the seats, make sure fans don't run onto the pitch.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So they will stand. There'll be positioned all around the pitch, and on the stands.
Yeah.
And I'm just to guide, just to make sure there's order.
Yeah.
Apart from there will be security on the ground. Like we saw armed security, police security, but it's not just about having armed security there. There's no stadium staff to guide people. We had to ask police for guidance. Remember, we had to ask the police officer.
And the question was, how many were they? They were like,
yes,
they're like 9 at best.
Yes, of course. So no, it was a terrible experience, and I'm actually shocked in this day and age in 2025. You will still organize something like that without taking people's safety and I'm trying to give them a good experience. Don't sell tickets just for the sake of it. You're supposed to be selling an experience.
Yes.
So you don't tick some boxes and leave the others unticked.
Yes.
You have to make sure you cover all grounds. You can't.
Yeah, I tried to use this as an opportunity to create some memories with my son.
Of course.
Right, and that was my plan. So just to take him to do memorable stuff. You understand? And like you said, for example, you're trying to imagine what it was like the last time we used the stadium for a match. Let me tell you, the first time Nigeria used that stadium for a match. The first time was the opening to launch the stadium. We invited Brazil for a friendly, right?
Right.
Let me see. And then we lost the match. We lost the match 3-0. Everyone played. Ronaldinho, everyone. Like, it was the full team. 2003. It was
2003.
Yeah.
They still had that squad.
Yeah. It was a proper squad. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I have it here. BBC Sport reported it. Right? So, let me see. So, this is the kind of breakdown of the full match. Okocha passes to Lawal, Ricardinho, Dida, Enyama. You're seeing the names, right? Adriano, I guess Luis Fabiano, John Utaka, right? Udeze, Ronaldinho, chips over Enyama. But are you saying this?
Wow.
Lucio, right? Okocha, Obodo, Ayegbeni, Yakubu Ayegbeni, all these guys. So we're still losing 2-0 to Brazil. Kanu, Okocha, Cleverson. You're saying this, right?
Wow.
Juliano Belletti is here. So this is the lineup. This is the lineup. Nigeria, Enyama, Enakire, Ifeanyi Udeze, Ipe Ekong, Isaac Okoronkwo, Romanus Ojinta, JJ Austin Okocha, John Utaka, Yakubu Ayegbeni, Nwankwo Kanu, Garba Lawal. Exactly, that was his name. For Brazil, Dida, Belletti, Lucio, Juan, Clever, Ricardinho, Cleverson, Emerson, Ronaldinho, Gil, Luis Fabiano.
Yeah.
So we got the chance to see Ronaldinho. In fact, let's even say before Ronaldinho. You know what I mean? Like, we saw Ronaldinho live before the Ronaldinho that we all got to know. I mean, when did he go to Barcelona? You get the point.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah. So
this is June 2003.
This was just before Barcelona, I would think.
Yeah. So Super Eagles friendly match against world champions Brazil at the National Stadium. Right? Now, this was the first match we ever had. My brother went, he took my younger brother. So they can't forget that experience.
Yeah.
We lost, but it's no problem. Now, let me show you the last time we used that stadium for a match.
So hang on a minute. Go. So that date was what? What was that date? It was 2003.
11th June 2003.
Okay, so he just signed for Barcelona.
Okay.
No, sorry. Just before he signed for Barcelona, 19th of July.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he has not joined Barcelona. This is pre-Barcelona Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Point. Right. So
this is PSG Ronaldinho.
Exactly. And then this is the last time we had a match at the stadium, like a proper match.
3 years ago.
Yeah. Nigerian fans riot after World Cup qualification defeat.
I remember this. Yes, I remember this. I remember this. Yeah.
Remove spectators. Ghana held Nigeria to a 1-1 draw in the capital on Tuesday, winning the town away goals to become the first African country to book a ticket to Qatar. They called it a strange name that I'll never repeat, but whatever. Vociferous crowd in Abuja expected Nigeria to qualify after the first leg 0-0 in Ghana. Uzoho's error, Thomas Partey, etc. Stampede. Somebody died now, didn't they? Look. So, I think FIFA would have banned us for this. Yeah, somebody.
And they would have if something like that happened.
Yeah, somebody died from a cardiac arrest. Let's see. Yeah, so that was what happened the last time we used the stadium to play a match. Because everyone wonders how come Nigeria plays all these qualifiers for AFCON and
in Uyo
and Cup of Nations, but we don't play them in the capital.
Yeah.
So I spoke to people, right? I spoke to people about this, and they said it cannot be done. The guy said it's because of. He said it's because of the demographics. So he said that the issue is not purely organizational, but also demographical. If you remember the kinds of people who came to where we were, you can profile them a bit. You can see the type of people they are. People who are ready for violence, who can at any moment just snap, and there could be blood or explosions, or worse.
Or worse, yeah.
Right. So that was like the final question to just what we saw, because the funny thing is, okay, the match happened on Saturday. Today is what, Monday? I've not even online. I've not seen anybody talk about this match. Yeah. Normally, like you hear somebody would have said something.
Yeah, of course. You hear reactions. You get reactions.
I remember United Trey on Twitter. He talked about the match before it happened. Wow, Barcelona is coming to Nigeria, etc. But I've not heard anyone say anything since.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You'd have seen stuff on socials, like people would have posted stuff.
No videos.
Yeah, nothing.
As connected as Nigeria is, what content as we make in this country, nobody posted any videos of the match, or the videos that somebody posted didn't get picked up. You get the point.
And reposted. Yeah,
exactly.
It's just
exactly.
Yeah.
I've not seen anything, not even local coverage, not even local like NTA coverage, AIT coverage. I saw nothing. So this is the only place that I saw that covered it. In fact, this is the announcement. I guess this is just the announcement. But they talked about the match, and the people who are supposed to go are Jesus Angoy, Victor Baya, Samuel Okunowo, Felipe Cristanval, Andreu Fontas, Marc Valiente, Juan Pablo Sorin, Fernando Navarro, Juan Carlos Rodriguez, Alex Song. So Alex Song was actually going to play for the Barcelona side.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alex Song, Roberto Trashoras, funny name, Gaishka Mendieta, Roger Garcia, Haruna Babangida. He played for Barcelona.
Who's Haruna Babangida? I don't know who that is.
I know the name.
Is it related to Tijani?
I don't think so. Oh yes, he is, younger brother.
Oh, okay.
And he played for Barcelona B. That's crazy.
He did?
Yeah, for Barcelona B. He was a youth player for Barcelona, but then he just played for B.
He didn't quite make it, yeah?
Yeah.
Probably found out he was too old. Anyways.
Made one cap for Nigeria. So he's more of a Barcelona legend than a Nigeria legend. Anyway. Nolito, Ludovic Juli, Jonathan Soriano, and Javier Saviola. Ferrer called up two Nigerians who played for Nigeria, for Barca, Okunowo and Haruna Babangida. For the African legends, we had Esam El Hadari, Enyama, Mark Fish, Taye Taiwo, Echejele, Elderston, Igor Lawlaw, Didier Zokora, Alassane Dour, JJ Okocha, Khalil Fadiga. I think that's the person you're thinking of, right?
Fadiga. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
As soon as I saw the name, I was like, that has to be.
Yeah. Fact. I knew it was one of them ones where as soon as you see the name, you remember.
Yeah. Wankwo Kanu, Obafemi Martins, Victor Ipeba, wow. Julius Agawa, wow.
Oh my days. Okay, but now with that said, when I saw a little clip, right? Okay. I was waiting for you to finish. I saw a little clip, and the clip had some Nigerian. It didn't have some of those guys. Instead they had some Nigerian celebrities. When I say celebrities, I'm talking about some of these TikTok guys and comedians.
Yeah.
Now, if I got there and that was what was going on, if we actually got in and watched the match and that was what was going on, I would have walked out.
Why? What happened?
Because I saw some comedians like what's this guy? This guy I see on. Do you know who Sabinus is?
I've heard
Nigerian comedian. Yes, you must have. Yeah, they do skits on Instagram and all sorts. I saw them running around, so I think they actually ended up putting some Nigerian celebrities just to play.
Oh my god.
Yes, exactly. Oh, exactly. I saw one little clip, about 30-second clip.
Yeah.
Where did I see it? I think I can't remember where I saw it. And it was, I think something yesterday or so. Yeah, and that's literally, I saw it and I'm thinking, what? So is this like supposed to be like a charity match or something? Because I saw some of them comedians running around on the pitch with I saw Adebayo also.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, it would have been a nice thing.
So that would have pissed me off. I didn't come there to watch Nigerian comedians.
No, they have to do their thing for clout now, right? They have to do their thing for clout. But I really think that it says 18,000 fans. I'm surprised. I thought it would be more. But my main disappointment is how just that lapse.
The organization of the whole thing was poor.
The lapse in organization just cost us that opportunity. Because I was not with a child in my hand. I was not going to partake in a melee and a fracas.
No, of course. How stupid. No, that was not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
So I wasn't going to stand there and struggle. Because my expectation is that people should just be able to.
Of course. And
okay,
so we're talking about, you just said 18,500 fans. Imagine if it was 40,000.
The capacity of the stadium is over 60,000.
I was going to ask, that was going to be my next question. So imagine, because somehow I knew 40,000 was less than the full capacity anyway. But imagine if it was 40,000. Imagine if it was 30,000. If you couldn't handle 18,000 fans already, imagine if it was 30,000 or anywhere near full capacity.
Up to 25% capacity.
Yeah. And you're struggling to handle that. The fact that someone has a title of stadium manager, there's no way there isn't a job title called a stadium manager. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Trust me, they don't have one. Like, I'm so confident in telling you that they don't have
that. Is ridiculous, because you should have some. So whatever's happening, whatever ideas people have to do anything in that stadium, the first person you're calling is the stadium manager to give you the go-ahead.
Bro, that place is clearly a free-for-all.
I'm telling you, then that stadium manager will tell you that they have their own event staff that they use. This is not rocket science.
Yeah.
I can draw up a plan for these people in less than half an hour of how you should. You know what I mean? We're talking about stadium. We haven't even talked about the fact that stadium is not even making any money for itself. That stadium should be generating revenue for itself to keep it running.
I agree.
Oh, come on, man. Please. I think we should. I think we've trashed this out enough already, because we'll be here all night talking about this. It's just shambles. It was so disappointing. You know, I can't see. I mean, I said I would never go there again, but however, I really want to attend a proper match day. So maybe like an international, because I'm curious to see how they handle that.
Yeah, as opposed to what we've like a FIFA, or maybe it has to be at this FIFA level.
Yes.
Like a CAF would actually.
Yes, I want to see maybe one day. Maybe however, I don't know when, God willing, one day they reopen that stadium properly.
Yeah.
I want to go and watch a match there. I want to buy a ticket for a friendly or whatever, an international friendly or whatever, because I'm curious now to see how it functions on a match day as opposed to what we witnessed, because that was just.
So that's the thing. You don't even have the practice. You don't have the practice of a match day. You don't have that practice.
No.
You know, this should happen on a match day. We're expecting 10,000 people.
Yes. So let me tell you something here. It should be the same thing. You should replicate what would happen on a match day, on a full international match day. Exactly. You should replicate it every time. The only thing that will be different is the amount of staff you have. You just cut it down. Simple. So, for example, if it's a match day, an international match day, and Nigeria is playing, say, Gabon or somebody, you have and say, for example, the number for your match day staff on that day. Say, for example, let's just say, for example, But say 100, for example. So it should be the same principle. So all you have to do now is something for what happened on Saturday now. That sort of event now. Yeah. You just do a skeletal staff kind of thing where instead of 100 now, you'd have 20. Because first of all, you need to. This is when you talk about managing something. This is because you need to know roughly how many tickets you're selling.
Yep.
Then that will determine roughly how many match day stuff you got. Come on, what are we talking about here? But I'm getting pissed off talking about this.
Yeah,
it was so annoying. It's so shameful. And we had foreigners. We had some white people there. They must be laughing at us. They must be laughing at us. Come on.
You know what? Just as a way to conclude, right? To me, it just says what it just says to me is that we cannot do it ourselves. We need the white man to help us.
Oh my, bro, me and you, we've had this conversation before. And this is not even, we're not talking about football now. I'm talking about governing this country in general.
Yes.
Remember when I told you, I'm sure I've had this discussion with you. A few years back, we had, I was having a discussion with people, a bunch of people who was on a retreat at work. And they put me to sit among some GEDs from NNPC. So the whole thing was for people to be able to network and all that stuff anyway, while we was having lunch.
Yeah.
And they were having these discussions, and I didn't want to get involved. But during the training programs, one of the dudes noticed that he said, "Young blood." He kept calling me young blood for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, he said, "You were very chatty." Well, yeah, whatever. It was, and he said you was very chatty in our training. Now you don't like us anymore. You don't want to get involved. And I said to him, boss, you don't want me to get involved in this discussion because you won't like my opinion. I said it to them, and it was about 10 of us sitting on that, and I mean about 6 of them were like top managerial positions in an NNPC or in the industry anyway. Yeah. But it just bunched us in so you can get to mingle with, as opposed to sitting with people, your colleagues. Right. And I said, no, I don't know if you remember one of our other colleagues, Stephen. I don't know if it's probably before your time anyway. Stephen also, another one of my colleagues, young guy, roughly about our age, was there also.
Was he illegal?
Yes.
I met Stephen.
Okay. Anyway, long story short,
anyway,
yeah. Okay, so they were having conversations about long story short, it was one of those ones where, okay, well now, so what would you change if the power was in your hands to progress this country in the very near future? And I said to them, reluctantly, they said, no, want to hear your take. All right. And I said, if it was down to me, I asked them the question, just to reiterate, you're saying if it was down to me, somehow the ball was in my court and the power was down to me to make a decision I said, is that what the question is? They said, yes. I said, I would lease the country to the white man. Everybody went crazy on the table. I'm telling you, they all went crazy. I said, exactly. I told you, if I got involved in this conversation, you would not like my opinion. Yeah, And Stephen was laughing. Stephen said, yeah, because me and Stephen had that conversation amongst a bunch of other people. And I said that. So he knew, it wasn't new to him. He'd heard me say that before. I said, Stephen, remember we had this conversation? He said, yes. He said, what do you mean lease it? I said, yeah, lease, just like you lease, you give somebody a contract to do something. I said, and you would tell them, he said,
and maintain.
Yes.
Done. I said, we already do that with our infrastructure. Why can't we do it with our government?
Exactly. But we know why. We know why that is. Let's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. So I'm saying that they are wrong to be surprised.
Of course.
Because we already do that on some level.
Yes, I said to them, the difference between us and a white man is a white man wants to leave a legacy because he wants to look back and say 15 years later, 15 years ago, we did that there in that country.
Yep.
I said that's the main difference between us Nigerians and a white man. A Nigerian doesn't care about no legacy. He wants to rip the country to shreds, and he wants it right now.
He's hungry.
I mean, they said, no, that will not work. And that's what they kept saying. He said, so how would you do it? I said, you would, because what it is if you give somebody a contract, there's milestones. So you're saying this is a 10-year contract, 10-year lease. By the 5th year, but the 3rd year, this is what you would have accomplished, right? By the 5th year, this should have been accomplished also. By the 7th year, this. And by the 10th year, this. Do you know what I mean?
You know the funny thing about this conversation you just had? They sat you down. They gathered you. They peer pressured you. They said, tell us the solution. You said, I don't feel like talking. He said, no, you must tell us. You tell them, and what is the first thing they said? It can't work.
Yes.
That is the problem. So you asked me for a solution. You've elected me your leader.
I've given you one. Yeah.
I've given you the solution, and the first thing you say is it can't work. You can't say, which type of white people? For how many years? What kind of deal can we make? They didn't answer, it can't work. I said to them straight away, I said, see, none of you here. Or the British, or the
yes. Dutch. But exactly. I said, with all due respect, none of you have asked the right questions. None of you even asked me, who are you? Okay, who exactly are you gonna lease this to? For how long are you gonna lease it? Exactly what you said. I said to them.
Exactly.
I said, you see, now none of you have asked the right questions.
Yeah.
You haven't asked who you're listening to, what's the plan, and for how long. But instead, you guys are you're shutting it down already
because they don't want.
You know, so
and they shut it down because they know it will work.
Of course, they know it will work because it's these same Nigerians that do crazy things when they're here. When they go abroad, they act right.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When they go abroad, they act right. And the sad part of it, a lot of these people were so well traveled, it's unbelievable. They are so well traveled, it's unreal. So it's not as if they haven't seen. You've been other places and you've seen it works. Yeah. So what is keeping you from coming back to your country and trying to implement it? Yes, I seriously don't know how God has gathered this kind of people and put them in one place. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it.
It's a cruel. Yeah. So we have SDM. SDM, just as we were talking about this whole thing with the match, the lack of organization, and it says this from SDM. It's not me saying this. SDM is one saying it's not me. Okay. FIFA gave Nigeria $1.2 million, and FIFA also gave Kenya $1.2 million. The goal was for both of them to build stadiums for football development. Our moral fabric is gone. It's a railroad to honor thieves up somebody. So there's a photo of the Benin Kebbi pitch, and this is the photo of the Kenya pitch.
Of course, yeah.
This Kebbi pitch,
which is supposed to have cost the same amount.
Oh yeah, by the way, our stadium, we're talking about our stadium. Our stadium was the most expensive stadium in the world at the time it was built. That stadium.
Yeah.
So this is the pitch. What do you reckon? What do you think of it? Like what? I mean,
right. So
is this trash already here? Like
this came across my timeline yesterday.
Yeah.
And today, as a matter of fact, because the guy apparently that they said leaked the information. The guy was talking on social media, and I was actually in the meeting when I saw that one, and I'm not sure if I took a screenshot. You know how you just take a screenshot so you can have a look at it later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is diabolical to say the least.
And this is
these two stadiums are supposed to. These two stadiums are supposed to have cost the same amount. They were allocated the same amount anyway.
Isn't that crazy?
This is yeah. I don't have no words.
I
seriously don't have any words.
Don't you just tell us everything?
Yeah.
So is it even?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. There's no words. This is yeah.
Is it even an?
It tells you everything you need to know about the country.
It's no longer an African problem, is it? It's now specifically Nigerian.
Please explain.
No, like.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, you know, I can't keep saying Africa, because I don't know what goes on in Kenya or what goes on in Ghana. I can only speak for Nigeria. Let's cut all that Africa stuff out.
We can't even speak for them because look at it. They have.
No, you can't. I always think it's wrong just because I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that information. Do you know what I mean? So let's stop saying Africa this, Africa that when it comes to corruption. No, let's speak about the country, Nigeria, we're from. Yeah. So your country, should I say?
So the gap is clear. The gap is clear.
No, it's don't get me wrong, yeah. Let's not sit here and say and just try and pretend that maybe, for example, Kenya is not corrupt, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? To a certain degree, at least.
We don't know.
But come on, look at these.
We don't know.
No, technically, I mean, we don't know. Let's stop all that because I was just talking about. I'm contradicting myself now.
I've been crying about this. Somebody told me that I've been crying about it too much. I said that Africa hosted its first Bitcoin conference. Guess where? It was in Kenya, Nairobi. You know who attended the Bitcoin conference in Kenya, Nairobi? What's his name? Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey, worth 10 billion US, former owner of Twitter, the guy that snatched Elon Musk's money and ran away, right? He went to Kenya. You see him there with slippers, just sitting down, right? And for the past maybe 10 years, crypto has been illegal in Nigeria. If you are dealing crypto, they'll lock your account, they'll lock you in prison. You can imagine. But while we were battling whether crypto is legal or illegal, Nigerians are not even properly sure. This guy was in Kenya just chillaxing. Look at him. This is Jack Dorsey in Kenya. Look at what he's wearing. He's not even just there, fucking hobo. You get the point? So if somebody like this, if Kenya can attract somebody like this by simply hosting a Bitcoin conference, this guy is a billionaire. You don't think he will meet with the young people, the young entrepreneurs to say, okay, business, investment, etc. Can Nigeria pull this type of person? what kind of event will pull this type of young, like, influential billionaire? Because Nigeria already has a reputation. We can't do it.
Of course,
You just imagine.
you can't.
Just imagine Dorsey comes to Nigeria. It's not like, oh,
he's skeptical already.
Let Thames hang out with him and let Thames grind on him. That's what we'll be asking for.
Yeah.
That he should go to.
Of course.
He should go to.
Or what's her name? Arya Star.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He should go to Shrine and drink and grind on Arya Star. That is what we will want. That's what we will demand of him as a people. Because if we say, okay, he wants to come and invest, let's say $1 billion, it's scammers.
Of course, if you think he want to invest his money in it, don't you think these people? Normal people do their research. Don't talk about someone that's a billionaire or whatever. So
because of this, because if this is what you do with $1.2 million, why would this guy? Why would this guy give you $1 billion?
Bro, you know what is so sad?
Yeah,
that thing we're looking at did not even cost $100,000.
Our event?
No, the pitch we just looked at just now. The stadium.
It is like 20.
That's supposed to be a stadium.
Like,
you can't tell me this costs even $100,000.
Yeah, it's like 20 at best.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny, but you can't tell me that this pitch here. I don't want to call it stadium because it's supposed to be a stadium, right?
I called it a 5-a-side pitch. That's what I called it.
Of course, it's not a 5-a-side pitch; it's an 11-a-side pitch.
I know.
However,
I called it.
Yeah. However, there's no way this cost up to $100,000. This what we're looking at now.
No dugout
compared to the Kenyan one.
No dugout.
If you're saying to me, it was $1.2 million. Yeah. Because apparently, from what the guy said, there was supposed to be one built in Delta State, and then this Benin Kebbi one. So, but the other one, there was no accountability. They don't even know what happened to the other one. They didn't build nothing at all. So this Benin Kebbi one is the one we've seen now, and that's what it looks like. This thing that did not even cost $100,000. There's no way this cost $100,000.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So you haven't even used half of the money to even try and do anything. If you're going to take some money, you haven't even say, okay, well, let me take half and use half to do it.
Oh.
Because I'm sorry, if somebody's telling you that this Benin Kebbi pitch you're looking at cost $100,000, would you believe them?
No, I wouldn't.
I rest my case. Wait.
So you remember how we're looking back on that match with rose-colored glasses, right? That's the one we used to launch the stadium.
Of course, yeah.
Look at this. The match kicked off at 7 GMT, 7 p.m. GMT.
7. Yeah.
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 Match commencement originally scheduled for 6:45 p.m. has been delayed following a minor crowd incident at the stadium.
Yeah.
Now,
there you go.
The BBC would play down. They normally play things down, right? Mm-hmm. When it involves people of a certain demographic. But the point is that as nostalgic as we are, because my brother was like, oh no, it was fine, there was no problem. And we went there, we had a good time. Minor crowd is that this could be somebody getting hurt. It is.
Yeah, of course. Some of them have died.
Yeah. This is more than a shuffle. People shoving each other is not going to delay a match for 10 minutes. Yeah. Someone has to get arrested.
Yeah, for 15 minutes,
Yeah, or forcibly removed if this delays the match for 15 minutes.
Yep, for that long.